Hey people, happy 2017. It's Tatianna Tarot. Here we are again with the first tarot energy forecast of the year. Very exciting. Thank you for still rocking with me. Thank you for still paying attention to all the shit that I've got to say. Y'all are really cool, and I hope I get to serve you to my best ability this year. I hope these readings will provide you with all the insight and guidance you need to live your best life possible in all types of ways. I'm really excited to see what the cards have to say this week. Today, Mercury goes direct, so our lives are no longer in shambles, I hope, or maybe that takes a place. The effects of that take place maybe in 2 or 3 days from now. I don't know. I'm not an astrologer yet. I am working on it, so I'm excited. That's a new thing for me in 2017. Again, wishing y'all all the best. I'm doing this reading for January 9th, Monday, January 9th, all the way to the 15th, which is next Sunday. I'm going to be using Elise Smith's Ghetto Tarot deck, again, based on the Rider-Waite deck. I like them. They're huge. You can see them with your eyes. I'm just getting them sorted out before we start the reading because they're a hot mess from the prior year. So let me just get this sorted out, and I want everyone to just take a deep breath and channel your higher self. You know how to do it quite naturally. Just tap into your heart space. Drop your consciousness to your heart. And this is not something you rationalize. So a lot of people are like, well, I don't know how to do that. Use your imagination. Using your imagination is more effective than what you think. And you just trust your senses. You just trust what you're visualizing. If you can't visualize, then just feel it, okay? Just use those innate senses that you have to guide you, all right? Because they're going to come in handy this year, believe it or not. So as you're doing that, I want you to make an intention for the year to come. This is our first video, so let's welcome it in with using our psychic abilities and our abilities to manifest. Might as well do that while we're reading the tarot. All right. And also, if you want to whip out a pen and paper, take the time to do so now. You may want to write down any messages that come to you in the middle of the reading, during the reading, anything that pops up that is of importance to you. You're going to want to jot that down too, because you never know how it's going to marinate with your spirit a little bit later on down the road. These messages may resonate with you now for this week, but they can also resonate with you a little bit later down the road as well. So you don't want to kind of invalidate anything that is being said or that you receive during this time. If you are watching this video, chances are you are meant to be watching this video, and there's a very important message for you here. So again, I thank you in advance, and I'm so excited to see and hear from you all. Thank you for your patience as you're sending me so many emails. I'm working my way through them all while working on my personal development, things for the business and other side projects that are popping up soon. So I will also be using, if it's your first time, welcome. I normally pull out cards, tarot cards, and access spirit to allow spirit to tell us anything we most need to know in terms of our emotional, spiritual, and physical development for the week, for the highest good of all involved. And at the end of the reading, I also access an oracle deck. Today I'm going to be accessing two because I've been using them for all my personal readings, and they've been hitting the point so well. And this is the Sacred Symbols deck by Marcella Kroll. You can check her out on Instagram, Marcella Kroll. And Doreen Virtue Angel Therapy Oracle deck. You could probably find this on Amazon. When I was living in New York, I got these off of Namaste Bookshop, which is somewhere smack near Union Square. You might want to Google Namaste Bookshop for the exact location, but I do know they have a hefty variety of decks and oracle decks if you're looking for one in New York City. If not, I don't know where you be at. Amazon is very reliable as well. Read the reviews, trust your juju. If it feels right for you, then purchase it. If it doesn't, move along. But anyway, let's see what Spirit has in store for us. So for the highest good of all involved, I want everyone to focus the personal energy on the deck as I'm shuffling. Spirit, what is the message that we have in store for Monday the 9th and Tuesday the 10th. Again, I pull out one card for every 2 days of the week. And we're going to see what the message is for this coming week. On a conscious level and a subconscious level. Wham. Okay, so Monday the 9th, and I'm going to hold a stone here. I like to hold a stone as I'm reading. Monday the 9th, Tuesday the 10th. On a conscious level, we are getting, bam, the Tower. The Tower isn't everyone's favorite tarot card. Obviously, it looks freaking scary as hell. There are people who are plummeting outside of a window, throwing themselves outside of a window of a burning tower. In the regular Rider-Waite deck, the Tower is a structure that is being hit by lightning and has fire. So it's got a lot of Oya energy, destruction. And out of that destruction, you get the phoenix, you get a rebirth and resurrection, you get the ability to build again. Okay, so I don't want to allude that something is physically destroying itself in your life. It can relate to 2016 in the sense of shambles it's left in our lives, and what we need to do moving forward to build a better foundation, to build a stronger foundation. Once you know better, hopefully you do better. And so now the Tower is giving us that opportunity to do better with the leftovers that we have. Okay, all the recycling components that we have. What can we create out of our resources? The Tower can be hinting towards situations, dynamics, and energies that are kind of in danger of crumbling before our eyes. Things that don't settle really well in our stomachs, and we know we need to take action on it before something worse happens. So if you're getting any intuitive longings, be this in personal relationships, be this in your own psyche, be this in your health, be this within family, take initiative to you can even sit back, establish a sacred space for yourself, some nice peace and quiet. Ask yourself for like 2 minutes, what is it that I need to do in this situation? What is being called from me? What is for my highest good? How can I provide service? How can I show up for this particular scenario in my life? And then just intuitively allow yourself to receive any answers that come up. You can jot it down for those 2 minutes. Don't negate anything that you get, okay? Be this signs, be this sounds, be this smells, be this thoughts, be this images. Everything is an answer to your question in some way. So it's important for you to grab that information and take it moving forward and see what you can make of that, okay? The Tower is not a scary card. It's just an invitation to reinvent yourself, to create a new identity, to shapeshift. Maybe you're being called to shapeshift to something higher because what you were before was of a lower consciousness, and it's no longer valid. It's no longer serving you. And maybe you didn't see it, and now the universe is participating in your life directly so that you can learn, because you're not teaching yourself. So it has a tendency to meddle in your life when we refuse to kind of take accountability and responsibility for things that we know we should be doing, but we're not doing. So this is what's happening on a conscious level. This is actually exciting. You want the out with the old and in with the new. Again, the planets are going direct today, so you will have a much more fluid, much more easeful time to build. Should be exciting. It shouldn't be any blockages in your way, except for yourself, if you want to consider yourself as such. And the card that we're pulling for our subconscious is the Page of Machetes. So the Page of Machetes really goes well with the Tower, because the Page of Machetes is a messenger. He is delivering something to us. He is stepping forth into the unknown, okay? The machetes is also synonymous with swords, which corresponds to the mental realm. It corresponds to our state of our mentality, the way we think, the way we perceive, the way we use our intellect. our logical brains. Okay, so he is using his logic, and he is really being discerning out there. He's saying, is this right for me? Is this not right for me? Am I making the right moves? Does it feel right? Is my spirit expanding, or is it contracting? Is it making me feel smaller than? And this may be in regards to your willingness to find more information. If it's coming from your subconscious, it's coming from an area that you may not be so mindful of. And so inside of your spirit, this is a time for expansion. This is a time to learn and quench your thirst for knowledge of self, for knowledge of the energies that you have around you. Again, if everything is crumbling around you in some way, or if it's just time for you to rebuild based on what 2016 has left you, you want to analyze and assess, where are you currently standing in your life? What kind of energies are you dealing with? What kind of frequencies are you dealing with? What kind of people do you have around you? Um, does your company mirror your best self? Are they helping you to rise and ascend and win and grow? Are you helping them? Is your family dynamic something that you need to be directly involved in, or do you think it's toxic and you need to take a step back and really just assess what's going on and how you're participating in this relationship? Or is your diet, is your lifestyle the best that you can possibly do for yourself? Or do you need to kind of establish firmer boundaries for yourself? You need to cut things back with that sword. You need to discipline yourself in some way. This is about being logical. This is not about being emotional. This is not being like, oh, but I want to stick with X, Y, and Z because they make me feel this way. This is not about how they're making you feel. This is about facts of how they're treating you, how their actions are influencing you, and how you may be influencing other people. You don't want to leave yourself out of the equation, which is something that is so easy to do, especially if it's coming into the subconscious. We will not remember how we are involved in the universe of itself, in and of itself. So this is a time to be very cautious, I would say. This is a time to be very much on your toes, watching everybody's move, watching how you move around people, watching how you feel around people, watching the energy in general, but also expanding your sense of understanding of the world. Whether this is indulging in new studies, going back to old hobbies that you left behind, going out and being proactive to find the information yourself, Googling things, taking free courses, webinars, seminars, checking up on YouTube, reading books, asking mentors, asking people that you feel know more than you to help you out. Go out there and swim in the world of knowledge. This is your invitation to do so. And in doing so, you will get the nourishment that you need, that is going to help you sustain the tower, help you build a bigger, stronger structure and foundation in your life, so that you can happily trust that nothing is going to crumble before your eyes, and you can build more wealth, more self-confidence, manifest more for yourself, and what have you. So let's see what's going on for Wednesday, January 11th, and Thursday, January 12th. Okay, Wednesday, January 11th, Thursday, the 12th. Consciously, we are receiving awesome, and subconsciously, okay, this is cool. We're getting a lot of major arcana cards, so shit's about to be popping. All right, just get ready. On a conscious level for Wednesday and Thursday, I only repeated the dates 18 times, so y'all should know what dates it is. We are getting the Sun card. Bam. Bam. So the Sun comes out, an awesome little dude. We're going to call him awesome little dude. And he's like, I'm here to conquer the day. So this has a playful approach to it. This is saying you're getting the clarity you need. You're getting the information you need. If you've been doing your research, if you've been following up on your subconscious and your intuitive realms, then the Sun is going to make a lot of sense for you in the middle of the week. This is saying, listen, I'm here to show up to do the work. And not only am I here to show up to do the work, but I'm very passionate about it. I'm very excited. I have all this energy. I'm ambitious. I know I can make it. I know what I have to offer. You may even know what the next steps are in front of you. And if you don't, you're just confident that you're going to figure it out along the way. And this makes a lot of sense because this is a child. So we're working with playful imagination. We're working with taking one step at a time and just following that momentum and following your highest excitement and trusting that the next chapter will reveal itself to you as plain as day in front of your face. Again, the sun comes out after every night. So this is about a cycle in your life, okay? And you got to understand that even though you've been going through trials and tribulations, you may be going through some sad and griefful times, the sun will come out again. And maybe in the middle of the week, you'll get some sort of affirmation, some sort of message that relates to this, that allows you to regain hope again. Okay? The sun is vitality. It's health. It's knowing that you are it's knowing your inner light and your inner spirit, and making the best out of any situation, essentially seeing the positivity even in the worst of circumstances. I would say when we're receiving the sun on a conscious level, it's a great time to launch products. It's a great time to launch ideas. It's a great time to do something risky that normally you would hold back on. Break free from your comfort zone and just be like, yes, I am ready to reach out to this person, or I'm ready to talk about this project. I'm ready to be vulnerable. But you know what? I'm so comfortable in my skin. I'm so confident about what I got to offer that it really doesn't matter. I don't feel any type of way about it. The sun can represent children, can represent fertility, rebirthing the self, or a deep, profound healing within your inner child. Could be bringing up dynamics and scenarios from your past, from your youth, from your childhood that are now coming to a full closure, especially if they created any sort of animosity, any sort of hardship and discord as seen by the tower. The sun may be like, okay, you know what? I'm revitalized now. It's made me the person who I am today. I see the positive aspects in this. And I am no longer holding myself or viewing myself as a victim. I'm deciding to move victoriously forward and just making the best out of my life. The sun is essentially about doing your best, okay? And having fun with the process and not taking things so serious. So on a subconscious level, you are seeing the Justice card, and the Justice talks about karma and what is fair. The Justice is about your inner truth. So you need to follow up on any course of action that feels right for you, that feels like it's honoring your spirit. It is honoring the identity that you choose to take on in this lifetime, the person that you choose to live up to, and your sense of integrity. It is you sticking up to your own guns and doing what you need to do because you are responsible for your own life, and that's it. The Justice balances out our emotional and our logical realms. So he is pretty much about neutrality. He sees both sides of the situation and he's able to kind of discern what is best for him as a result of being so kind of balanced. The Justice may talk about legal things coming into light, success with legal disputes and debates, just running into people that may trigger a karmic reaction, a karmic pattern, and having this come out very positive for you, especially if we're seeing the sun. It may be that you are now facing some sort of dynamic, a situation here that has been perpetually repeating itself, going in circles, and you didn't have a clue how to figure it out, but the sun is giving you some sort of clarity, some sort of breakthrough, some sort of revelation as to, wow, it's more simple than I thought, or I just had to invent a solution. Suns are very solution oriented. They don't get stuck. They just shine. You can't miss the brightness of this card. It's just there for everybody to see. So in the middle of the week, you're going to be shining. You're going to be very obvious. You're going to be very magnetic. So choose wisely what it is that you want to be attracting into your life, what it is that you want to be engaging, and what scenarios in your life that you need to restore some balance in, because it's very, very possible and very, very likely that you will be doing so. So, ay, señor. So we got the 9, the 10, the 11, the 12, the 13th, 14th, and 15th, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of January. What is it that we need to know consciously? Again, with the Sun and the Justice, this can mean starting off new habits that are very healthy for you. Let's say you're starting off a new diet, you're working out, and you're sticking to it regardless of what happens subconsciously. It's a good time to really initiate positive directions for yourself. Okay. Hold on one second. So on a conscious level, I keep on forgetting about my stone. On a conscious level, we are getting for this coming weekend the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, this is a loaded card. This card talks about karma as well. The law of cause and effect. What you put out is what you receive. Okay, so be mindful of that in this coming weekend, because that's going to be a reoccurring theme this week. Especially reassessing last year and how we want to navigate ourselves, how we want to direct ourselves this coming year. Okay? And it may be time to kind of clean up the mess that we've established for ourselves, whether we've done this on a conscious or subconscious note. It's just time to clean up the mess and just own it up. The Wheel of Fortune can be a chaotic card, can be unexpected circumstances that we cannot control. It is certainly something that we cannot control. It is the Wheel of Fate. So these are fated events, fated synchronicities, serendipitous events that are falling into place for your best benefit, for it is the Wheel of Fortune. It is the Wheel of Luck. So everything you got to understand, once you pull yourself out of that scenario and you're not looking at things from a positive or negative construct, you're just looking at things for what they are, being neutral. Once you get out of that situation, you start perceiving the world as, how did I participate in creating this? Or what is the divine meaning in this scenario? Or how did I magnetize this scenario into my life? You will see the wheel turning, and if you are very acute and keen as to which direction the wheel is turning and what sort of patterns it pops up, then you will be learning the lessons that it provides for you very easily. If you do not learn the lessons very easily, you will have to repeat the wheel over and over again. Some people know how to stay on the wheel and just get the results, exactly the results that they want, without falling off. That is your job. Figure out your special equation to make sure that you are landing in the same sign, the same position that the Wheel of Fortune is giving you. If it's still, you turn the wheel and it's a success, great. What are you doing to cause it a success? Is it your energy? Is it your thought? Is it the way that you wake up in the morning? Is it your personal habits? Is it the way that you're treating other people? Is it the way you're treating yourself? You're Gucci. If you're not falling in the successful chapter, if you're screwing up, or things are not falling in your favor, then you need to take a step back and see, what is it that I have to learn here? Maybe I need to surrender, let go, and not just fuck with the wheel at all, just like leave it alone. Or maybe it is something that I'm consciously or subconsciously participating in that's causing the same situation to repeat over and over again. So it is quite the learning time this weekend. It can bring up circumstances that have been out of our conscious mind, things that we have not been aware of, that now just feel, it may be just like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. Right. Okay. So now I know how to get back onto the wheel to fix this whole mess. Or now, wow, that makes sense. I've never had a mess to begin with, but now I know why. So now I know how to up the equation and get more out of the universe. It's really up to you in your enthusiasm and helping yourself out in the game of life, because this is a game, and most of all, it is kind of telling us that there are things that we don't have in our control, but we still need to learn how to make the best of it. And that's why the sun came out prior to this card, because the sun is already conditioning you to see things in a way where you can perceive that everything is falling for your favor, so you don't victimize yourself. You want to be careful of that pattern, because you are getting the 3 of machetes here, stabbing the heart. It is telling us that your mind is stabbing your heart. Your mind is not in alignment with your heart's will. So just be aware of confusion, disassociating yourself from your body, treating yourself worse than you need to be treating yourself less than, feeling unworthy, feeling confused, needing to take a step back to assess what's really going on, to see the reality of a situation. And this, chances are, the Wheel of Fortune may be falling on situations that deal with heartbreak, that deal with grief, that deal with, a sense of discord. You not being able to get what you want, you wanting something, but your heart's wanting something else, and you're not being able to kind of marry these two together to figure out the middle ground that's coming up as the Justice card. So see how all these cards are kind of fluidly, seamlessly, swimming together and formulating a very interesting story. You will have a very interesting story to tell by the end of the week, and I best hear about it, because it helps me become a better reader. And especially if you interpret your own cards, I would love to hear what your interpretations are in your own personal life or on a general scale. So that being said, let me whip out a card for the Sacred Symbols deck. Okay. Here and see what the message is for this week. Ay, ay, ay. Another night. Kapalegba. Mauritius in the lowest. Please guide us today to best receive the message that we all need. Russian. Ay, bumbo. Man, shit. When you're working with the universe, you want to work with all the motherfuckers, not pick and choose. I work with them all. So, here we go. Bam! Lucky. That's also in association with the Sun card. If you believe you're lucky, if you're projecting your best self, that is what you're going to receive from the universe. The best. So let's see what it has to say. You've got the Midas touch this year. 2017 is all for you, boo. Everything you touch turns to gold at this time. Enjoy this winning streak you are on. Meditate on this when you need an extra boost of being in the right place at the right time kind of energy. Okay, the symbol. Horseshoes are a talisman of love and protection. That's not from my particular tradition, but if it works for you, great. Draw a horseshoe, put it above your head. Put it above your room. Rock it. That's cool. That's great. Lucky things, fortunate things are happening to you. I believe that also the planets going direct contributes to that juju as well. So we can be excited to see what that brings to us moving forward. Okay, now using Doreen Virtue Angel Therapy cards, and I'm not gonna hate on Doreen Virtue, because I know some of y'all be thinking I be hating on her, but I don't. I just don't. I never really resonated with angels, but now she's making a believer out of me, so I'm just gonna shut my mouth and do the work. Okay. So Doreen Virtue's Angel Therapy Oracle cards. What is it that she has to best say to us this week? Bam. Oh, every time I get this card, I'm like, what the hell is... Okay, fairies. Um, you have a strong bond with the fairies, and your life purpose involves helping Mother Nature. Don't be asking me about fairies. I really don't know anything about fairies. I'm starting to watch the full season of True Blood, and I think she's a fairy. But aside from that, I don't know all the details. So let me read the book to you, Google. Because I'm sure this is a message for all of us. And I need to go to like the woods and find a fairy circle and engage with that. Okay. You drew this card because the fairies wanted to let you know that they're with you as spirit guides, helping you meet your physical needs and fulfill your life's purpose. The fairies urge you to spend time outdoors and help with their message. The fairies urge you to spend time outdoors and help with their mission of cleaning the soil. That's what I get for dissing fairies. Water and air. They also protect and guide the animals. If you'd like a divine assignment helping animals or Mother Nature, just ask the fairies. This card also indicates that you're interested in manifesting money, or some other material support. Okay. The magical fairies are very glad to assist you in your endeavor, provided that you return the favor by doing something good for the environment, such as recycling bottles and cans or switching to eco-friendly cleaning supplies. Action steps. Go to an area outdoors where trees and plants grow wild without pruning or pesticides. This is the fairies' preferred location. In all sincerity, say to the fairies either out loud or silently, I would like to feel and see your presence. Can you please help me can you please help me to get to know you better? You'll know you've connected with the fairies when you notice ideas or impulses that involve improving the environment or helping animals. Often the fairies begin their introduction to a new person by requesting that you remove garbage from a nearby pasture or nature trail. Once you fulfill the fairies' request, they'll gladly help you with your endeavor in return. I'm going to try that. I rock with different spirits, so I might as well rock with fairies. I really like Mother Nature. She really likes us. So we might as well put in the effort to connect with these, whatever you call them, spiritual beings of light. All right, people. Thank you so much. That was a dope video. I'm trying to cut it short because I do yap a lot, but I do appreciate you listening to the yapping, and I hope it serves you well. If you want an in-person session with me, I am no longer in Brooklyn. Again, I am no longer in Brooklyn. Again, I am no longer in Brooklyn. I'm in New Orleans. You can have an in-person session with me. I am booked usually 1 week to 2 weeks in advance. No same day appointments. You can send me an email, urbanillumination@gmail.com, or you can go directly to my website to book a session, www.myurbanillumination.com. Click on the Work With Me tab and have a field day. I'm going to be changing it up. It's going to be changing it up. I suggest you buy all the sessions you can before I start raising the prices. And lots of goodies are in store for you this year. Now, if you are not in the New Orleans area and you still want a session with me, I am accessible via Google Hangout, Skype, FaceTime, or phone. They're all as equally valid. No email sessions for right now, but I promise you that's coming up real short. Once I'm done with my obligations over here, I'll have more time to spend writing essays for you. And you can also book that directly on my site. If you have any questions, any inquiries, don't send me any DMs. Just send me a straight up email. I love you all. Bendiciones, blessings, rock this new year, and let me know how you feel from this video. Subscribe, like, click the invisible button that I'm pointing to now, and enjoy your life. Okay, ciao.